Here we're going live. How about that? Free chat night. We're going to break his chat out just big time. Pop out chat. There we go. Look at that. We have chat. It's always nice to sit around and just kind of talk to yourself and wonder who's going to be the first one to show up. And I never know. So it's kind of like, all right. But it's always nice to see who is the first one. So always nice. So we got live chat. There we go. I think we are live now. Yep, we're live. We are live. Okay. I missed a week, and it really does a number on you when you're sick like that. I tell you, I had a hard time getting over this stuff between the fall and getting all that cold air in my lungs. I got a lung infection at the same time, and it was brutal. Hey, West Texas actor, West Texas. How you doing, brother? How we doing? I'm getting back to my normal, but it's going to take a little while. It was getting that stuff out of my lungs totally is brutal. That was not easy. Hey, there you go. That's a good idea. Now, when you strip your copper, do you take it? You melt it down, and do you have a means to melt the actual copper? I think copper is going to be long live coins. Thank you for coming, brother. Coming in there. Appreciate it. West Texas, I think copper is undervalued right now. I think you're going to see copper go up pretty good. ATHS, thank you for coming. Is great. Good to be here, man. I tell you, I have been a grumpy, sick person for the last week. I mean, I was down and out. 1 week and 1 day. Hey, Steve C, how you doing? Thank you for coming, brother. Thank you. Hey, Craig, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it. Boy, I tell you, I have been maybe higher than that. Hey, big trader, 465 next November. I bet it may be over that. They've already said copper is strategic metal declared by the government. So, have you, Steve? Man, I tell you. Hey, big trader, thank you for coming, brother. Yeah, you mean we don't have to play? Pay? Oh yeah, we got we got yeah, we I got my order in from Silver. I got an order that I order in for Silver, and there you go. Another one, big trader. If you can find it, I may be able to find it. If you can find you some Fishmox 500, get you because you used to be able to buy it for about 100 tablets. Hey, Annie Oakley, thanks for coming. Yeah, stack everything. Yep, that's pretty much. Used to be able to buy a bottle of 100 capsules of Fishmox 500 for about $27, $28. Now you can't even find it. It's gone. Hey, Clear Lake, thank you for coming. Good to see you. I'm going to turn my camera on here in a few minutes. And it's good to just sit here and look at the live chat, and I can just talk at you. And You want to come up, Clear Lake? Andy, you're welcome. Anybody want to come up? You're more welcome to come up. I have a subject tonight I was going to talk about, but it's kind of depth, and I want to make sure when I say something about it, Craig, right now, as cheap as silver is, I say buy. On a couple of my shows, I gave links out where the European banks, which are the big banks, central banks that control all the paper and gold and silver, two of them's already said just last year, a couple of months ago, that the next year that they're going to restructure the price of gold and silver. Hey, Snakebite, how you doing there? Glad to see you. Barbara, thank you for coming. Don't make me cry. I'll try not to, Barbara. I can talk to you into your ear and say sweet things in your ear. Exactly. There you go. See, Craig, that's what I think. I feel like it's a failure to right now because these premiums on these Silver Eagles are way down. There you go, Barbara. And so I'm going to open up a box. I bought a roll of 2023s. We'll open it up on camera tonight. And if I got it right, yeah, there it is. And make sure my address has gone off this thing. Yep, I got to close that out. But anyway, I think gold and silver is going to just pop, and we're going to see it just explode. And I think it's going to. I just think it's going to just blast out because what we're seeing, it's the same thing. I'll talk a little bit about it. It's the same thing. People get misconception about our stock market and how well the economy's doing. Now, just because the stock market climbed out at 38,000 or something, like setting some new high, our economy is not doing that. Our economy's falling apart. I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was talking about the layoffs in the banking systems and so forth like that. And I was going to touch on that, but I got tied up with, I got hurt. And so I couldn't come. It's 5 o'clock. It's nearly time to turn my camera on. Does anybody? Oh, let's see here. How's there he is. He's back there. Snakebite, it's good to see you, brother. But this last week has been just a brutal week, and a week before that with all that bad weather we had here, you couldn't believe the hours that I was putting in that week. It was unbelievable. And so it's crazy because it's just what's going on. And I really think that they have suppressed the silver market down as far as they can, and they can't get it down because they're trying to. But like today, the resistance stopped around 23. And every time they try and drive it down, it won't drive down because they've got it down there so far. Because it cost, the last time I checked, oh, thank you, Barbara. Believe me, I am too. It feels really good. The last time I checked on getting silver out of the ground, it was like $23 or $24 an ounce to get it out of the ground and their cost. And so what you're seeing is that kind of a cost, and they're trying to manipulate it lower. That's why the foreign countries want to do away with the actual. I'm sitting here crossing out an address while I'm trying to talk to you. They're trying to manipulate the silver market while it's down so they can buy it, and that's why they're doing that. So, hey there, Gold Chick. Thank you for coming. So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I had so much of that stuff in my lungs. I couldn't hardly breathe at night. I had to sleep on 3 pillows and stopped up at night, stuff like that. So now that we got this kind of well taken care of, I like that. So get all these numbers messed up. There we go. All right. Now let me get my long live coins is here. And Dale, thank you. 2250. Okay. It's close around there. I know it was close. The last time I had checked it, it was around there. So I don't know exactly what it is, to be honest, because I haven't checked it in a while. I'm sure it was like going up or down. But at one time, a year ago or a year and a half ago, it was $18 an ounce to get it out of the ground. Now, I know it's cost more now. And so let's get this. Oh, let's see if this guy, this scary monster. There we go. Okay. Ha ha. Everybody see me okay? I don't hear anybody answering me back. Okay. You want to come up, Dale? I think 79 scared Nickel away. She was all, hey, Lucky Star, thank you for coming. And she was going to tell him she was taking him down. So here's the link if you want to come in here. So yeah, you're more than welcome. You're welcome to come up to Gold Chick. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to keep now that I'm not traveling, it makes a world of difference on my schedule where I can actually schedule things and do things when you're around town. It's hard to do. It's hard to do that. Hey, 79, there you go. Nickel hasn't made it. Lucky Star, how you doing? Thank you for coming up. You're more welcome to come up. If you want, you're welcome. Barbara, if you want to come up, I haven't been able to get back with you on our subject. So, we'll get to it. So anyway, well, you know what? I think I was dead. I think you brought me back from the dead. 79, you're such a good girl. I want to thank you. So, yeah, that's for sure. I know Clear Lake was going to come up here another time, but looky here. Hey, Nickel. The link's up top. You want to come up, Nickel? You see it up there? You see it up there, Nickel? Yeah, it's this we got hit with those nearly a full week of bad weather. I tried to get you up here, Nickel. Oh, Lord. That's why I put the link out there for you, Nickel. Now you got to wait. Oh, Lord. That's funny. Yeah, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. You got 60 seconds you got it put in there. You got put in a corner for 60 seconds there. Revenge is mine. Oh, Lord. But you want to come up in the chat there, 79? You're more than welcome to. I don't see a yes or a no, but hey, there's Dale. Come on up, Dale. There you go. Hey, there's Catlin. How you doing, Catlin? You are live.
That sounds like me. That's what I say. I rise, and the constitutional stacker it teases me relentlessly for me saying that.
I know you do say that a lot.
How you feeling, Rocky?
I'm feeling much better. You know, when I fell and hurt my back, it was up on the shoulder up here, my left shoulder, and it was pinching a nerve. I couldn't move my arm or hardly move at all. It was like every time I tried to breathe, it, hurting that nerve.
Yeah. Getting old's great, isn't it?
Oh, it really sucks, man. I don't like it.
You got to fight it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Nickel. How you doing, brother?
I'm okay.
Clear Lake is saying that Detroit is running all over San Francisco.
Yeah,
really? Wow.
Detroit's going to win it all. They're going to win it all this year.
Well, you know what? I want to say yay for Detroit. They have never won a Super Bowl. They've never even been to a Super Bowl. And I think they deserve this. I want to say congratulations to if they win. What is the score of the game, Clear Lake? Cindy Knight says you got dementia there, clacking. Hey, Red Light.
Caitlin Clark, she's going to be the #1 pick for the Indiana Fever next year. They're going, and Indiana team's going to be. She's like Larry Bird. I mean, so Indiana's going to take off. They'll sell out the stadium, which I think they can seat. I think between 17 and 18,000. I bet they sell out every game when she comes. Wow. And they'll sell shirts with 22 on it. I'm telling you, she's going to save the women's NBA like Jordan.
NBA? I thought she's not a stripper.
No, she's a basketball player.
Oh.
She's coming to Indiana. The Indiana gets the first pick. We got last year's first pick. We get this year's first pick. So.
Wow, that's good. I'm glad.
She'll be the best until one of the drags step in, I guess.
Well, see the problem they got. She's gonna be the #1 pick. She's gonna go because Iowa ain't gonna have this next year. And then they're gonna pick her. Then they're gonna expand in 2025.
Good for her. Good for her.
That'll make the people come up for. I don't know if they'll be able to protect her because then they'll have to have a new draft because they're gonna expand the league with a new team. So some will be restricted, some will be protected. And so
as long as they don't expand to where I said, where they don't let a male into women's sports, that is appalling what they're doing. Like that girl in swimming, and weightlifting.
That guy? He is suing the Olympics that he can't get into the Olympics. Can you believe that? Hey there, Mark.
Rocky, for 1 month, I want to go in it just to beat him. And do it as a senior citizen with a registered disability. He came in, he took that guy out, and I want to hurt him. And then I'd say, sorry, girls, I got to resign. I know you want me to stay, but I'm going to resign.
That would be hilarious.
Something like that needs to happen because it's that ridiculous. It's a clown show.
What Dale's mentioning, I am concerned that something like that's going to happen. And I don't, so to my knowledge, all the ones playing are really women, except for She-Man, I call it, Brittany Griner. She's trying.
Not real.
So
that's not real. That's a guy.
Brittany Griner. Griner is a
guy.
Yeah, she's trying to become a man. She goes around topless and don't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
See,
you can't. You're one or the other. And the rest of it is delusion and backspeak. You're one or the other. There's nothing in between, and they're trying to make people believe that. Like that's what went on in Rome. That's where that nonsense started. That a man could be a woman or a woman could be a man. It goes back all the way to the Bible to Shem. I don't remember the story, but it's of homosexuality. I better watch what I say. I'll get you banned tonight. But I mean, it's the devil. It's ridiculous nonsense bullshit. Men are men, women are women, and men should not be allowed in any woman's competition
I agree. I don't care
at
if you
all.
dress up like one or not.
No,
See, I'm with you.
we have to defend our society and our ladies to have their own sport.
Yeah.
There's women that can kick my ass in many sport, but that doesn't mean I should compete in their sport, especially feats of strength. Like any of the girls want to arm wrestle, you're going down, right? Or do you want to get on the mats and wrestle? But they're literally doing that,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not right. If they want to have a competition where it's like a co-competition where you say, okay, guys against the girls. I've had girls beat me at many a sport, and I enjoy that, but not feats of strength or palm wrestling or something where a man naturally succeeds, and a woman. It would be too. How about gymnastics? I wouldn't compete in gymnastics
Against a girl, men and girls.
she'd let me have it. Yeah.
There is no way.
Well, like you take a sport like fencing. I don't see a problem there. Well,
Yeah, as long as it's arranged and agreed upon, arranged and agreed upon, not slid in there. Oh, and by the way, well, he's having hormone therapy, so he's technically a girl. That's delusional. That's delusion.
Well, that's what this Grinder's doing. She's taking hormones and stuff, and she's trying to become a guy. So,
good luck.
Yeah, she's tall like a guy, but you'll never be, no matter what you do, a guy, because you've got too many chemicals in your body that says you're not.
Yeah, your whole physiological makeup and what that guy or girl or whatever I'm supposed to call it. I'm not going to be politically correct here or anywhere. Whatever. If whatever they're doing, they're going to destroy their life. When they're our age, they're going to be depressed, confused, and if they make it to our age, they're going to completely destroy their health, their sociological, their physical, their mental. They're done. And I've seen it. This is not new. I saw that stuff going on in 70s and 80s, 90s. And then about 2000, it started to become part of the politics. Go ahead and have your places and go ahead and be gay or whatever your thing is, but don't try to intercross. Don't try to drag heterosexuals into your world. Because I didn't drag you into mine. Exactly. Don't you try to drag me into yours.
That's exactly right.
And suicide's higher amongst those people too. So the rate
is. You're right. They're warped their brain, and so they're depressed or this or that, and it just I don't understand it, but that's okay. It's their thing. But to mix it with competing with men on like a pole vaulter. Could you imagine trying to for a woman to try and beat a male pole vaulter? No way.
Not a typical male. Like maybe if they took your betas, maybe what they should do is take dominant females versus the betas.
Yeah.
Like a typical California college student today. Now that would be fucking entertaining, man.
It would be. It would be. Yeah.
We could develop a new sport. You want to play the game? Let's play it really good. Let's make some fun out of it. These people, Rocky, the only thing we got left is meme them, mock them, shame them, because they're screwing up. They're screwing up our kids. So if our kids, like if my son sees me laughing and mocking them, he's going to learn from that.
Yes, he is. That's very true.
It may not be traditional, but they're doing things that are non-traditional. So let's play their game.
Yep.
That's my motto anyway. I love memes. I love it.
Yeah. And it doesn't bother me that they're doing that. It's them trying to overlap into that, like you said, the heterosexuals, trying to trying to compete against men. I just like,
Yep.
you know,
and making those poor women feel like that. That girl that was a swimmer, she worked her whole life for that.
Grimes, I think her name was.
No,
University of Kentucky. Yeah.
And
yeah, Brittany Grimes. Yeah, she was a fantastic swimmer.
And to have your sport stripped from you.
Oh,
is that one got me mad. That really made me mad.
it was
Well,
very
they tied and they gave it to the other person.
Oh,
And the
But
weightlifting.
she's a woman, and he's not, and they
Yeah.
gave it to him instead. Yeah,
That's right. And
Yeah,
the weightlifter, that was another one. They beat the record by 100. I think it was 146. 146 pounds. So how will another woman take that back until that person or that thing is stripped from the sport?
exactly.
And then the women can have the sport back. They will have weight advances and gains just like everything else, but it'll be a pound or two every season.
Yeah.
How are they going to? What are we going to do? Wait 146 years for our women to have their sport back? Fuck that.
See, I agree with you 100% on that, Dale. It's so off the wall. Everything is. Well, let's just say they have messed this up so bad.
Social engineering, buddy.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I don't fall for it. I don't suggest any of our friends do play any of those games.
Exactly.
And don't be politically correct. Yeah, be like you were in the 90s. You respect everybody. Be nice.
Yeah.
And if you're confused and you're in the wrong place, shut your mouth and leave.
Yeah, exactly.
But when they start sticking it down your nose and on your TV every day, and people telling you that you're wrong to be white male, that I'm supposed to feel shame for my race, you go fuck yourself.
I agree. That's they've tried to destroy it, cram it down our throats, and it ain't working for them.
No.
And so there ain't near as many that they, I guess, swallowed it up the way they thought. But I'm not into that.
That's part of social engineering, because once you get to bend to their little rules, like our prime minister up here, Trudeau, he's the most virtue signaling little piece of, and I would like to cripple that man some days. and the things that he's doing, but it's part of a book that I read, and they do this, and he's following that agenda, and he thinks he's the smartest guy in Canada, that no one else studied that literature. Well, we've studied it, and we know your game. We know your agenda. You're part of your 2030 and your World Economic Forum.
Exactly.
We got their number, and by the way, we're doing much better against them. Every week, the group that I'm with, we're reporting new wins.
That's good.
They're taking hits. They're taking hits, and I want Barbara to know that. Some of the stuff we talked about are pretty heavy, and they're still there. There's some heavy shit going on.
Right.
But there's people working in the background. I help where I can. I add my knowledge and my put my money where my mouth is. We got a lot to do, but we're getting wins, man. What's that, Rock?
This here, I just got this order in, and I ordered this. It's from Bold Precious Metals.
Yeah.
And this here is a tube of Eagles. I was going to open it up in front of y'all.
Nice.
So I got to get all this stuff off of it and untape it. They do a really good, they double boxed it and everything like that. And
I can't bring myself to buy Eagles with that premium. I haven't bought any for years.
Well, it's really hard, but Bold, if you look at Bold, and they have really gotten their price down there. They're about $1 an ounce cheaper than everybody.
Okay.
And
what's the premium, Rock, on what did you pay premium?
It was $3.99, I think is what it was.
Oh my, they are down.
Yeah,
Okay.
399.
Going lower, I think.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
Maybe I
Silver's
should.
up today, so I don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to go down or not. So
Oh,
I
think
should
it'll
get
go
some
down.
more
I
Eagle.
think it'll get to 2. I think it'll get $2 premium on Eagles for it's over.
it's possible. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know
I
because
bought a bunch of proofs years ago of Eagles, and they're a beautiful coin. I've got some of the early ones, and they're proofs, and I enjoy them. I want to any more stacking. I think I want to do. It's got to be closer to spot, and I'm getting to the age where, if it does go for a run, I want to have some coinage that I can flip. Right.
right. That's why I'm picking these because here's it's a 2020. I bought a tube of 2023s. I'm going to order another one next month of 2024s.
Very nice.
Their premiums are just like that. So there's 20 in there. So I've been stacking. I haven't stacked many since the premiums got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just decided to quit.
Good man. Nickel, I was going to ask you, did you ever collect any of the silver bullet, silver shield?
No, I did not. I know what you're talking about, but no, I never did.
And a lot of people criticize that guy, but he's very articulate, and he did a lot of homework. And he swears and he acts up a bit. So a lot of people were down on him, but I followed him and I bought a lot of his coins. You know that they quadruple or 5 times? Chris Dunn was his name. Yeah. And his coins now go on eBay. They're worth 5 times what we paid.
Chris Dwayne, I think the name.
Yeah, Chris Dwayne.
Yeah, I tell you, he saved me. When I got on here, that's who I started watching.
I'm glad to hear that. Because
I was going to give up on silver, and then I watched his videos, and they were so informative about the uses of it, and he actually got me to not sell out, and I stayed with it. So he had great videos. And so
the guy's a genius. I don't understand why everybody got down on him. When you listen to him, he's a genius. This guy, he's a deep researcher. His vocabulary he's definitely high up there. He's a high IQ, and he taught people, don't believe what you're told about silver.
The problem he had, and he basically the problem he had, and I think why South kind of gave up on him. You had to have silver. You couldn't have nothing else. However, I know for a fact that he liked nickel too. But he would say, if you're in gold, if you buy gold, you're a trader. You're a silver trader. And that made a lot of people mad because I think you should have all metals. I think you should have all metals, So
I've got some of all, but if anything, I prize my silver because I believe he's right. If you look at the statistics and you look at the mining reports and you look at stocks, he's right. But it's funny now that I look at his coins, I could make a shit pot of money on his coins. I already have. I sold them in Canada in American dollars for 5 times what I paid in American dollars. And the guy said, I want more. And I'm like, whoa, bud, I'm not breaking up my sets. I give you my doubles and we're done. He came to me 3 times. He emailed me 3 times. He stayed on me. He couldn't find the ones he wanted. And I made a lot of money on those. And it's not often we say that.
Yeah, it's art / collectible, but him from Yankee Stacking, he throws them in the box with all the odds and ends. Yeah,
go ahead. Treat them like odds and ends. I bought some one time at a pawn shop in Ontario. A guy, and I know the guy. I went to school with him, and I was in his shop, and I said, "What do you got for silver?" And he brought all his stuff out. And he had about 12 of them. I took them all. He goes, "They're weird." That was his opinion. He goes, "Those coins are weird." I said, "Well, what's weird mean?" And it had one about Obama. And I said, "Well, Obama is weird."
Yeah. Let me say for the record, he was not a good speaker. He stuttered all over the place, and everybody,
Yeah.
oh, he's so good speaking. I said he stuttered worse than anybody I've ever seen. I think,
but he was articulate. There's a difference, you know. You want to hear somebody stutter? Listen to my prime minister. It takes him 10 minutes to get out what a normal human would get out in a few seconds. So he wasn't a duh speaker like. Well, Joe Biden, you can't even compare Joe Biden. Joe Biden is
pretty close now, Vidal. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
he's a comedy act.
He is.
I watch it.
So bad.
Yeah,
it's gotten really bad. It's unbelievable.
My mother passed away with Alzheimer's. I don't laugh at Alzheimer's. If he does have Alzheimer's, which I'm pretty sure he does, the people responsible are just mean to leave him in a position like that. His wife should be ashamed of herself, in my opinion.
They're using him. They're doing things that they wouldn't have the guts to do, and they're going to let him take the fall for it.
Yeah. Maybe he was not that far gone when he accepted that, because I can go back and look at the debate with Trump, and he was speaking then, but his decline is too rapid. I watched him a few days ago, and it's getting worse every time I see him. So they can't keep him in for 4 more years. It'd be like you'd have to wheel a jar onto the stage with with air bubblers in it. Yeah, and they'll just keep his head alive.
He'll die in office if he's in there 4 more years. He won't live.
Yeah, he will die.
You get dementia or the other, you don't live a whole lot longer after that.
He's got it bad. He kind of walks with his head up in the clouds all the time.
It's a shuffle. It's called the Alzheimer's shuffle.
That's what my mom has, and
my mom did that. Yeah.
Kind of walk like a duck. Yeah.
And eventually, it'll break all the muscles down. There'll be no walking. You'll be in a chair, or you'll be in a bed. Their hands cripple up. They get hook fingers. I watched my mother suffer with it. Horrible. And I would go and speak to a shell of a woman on Sunday, and go and sit with my mother. In my mind, my mother had left years ago.
Wow.
And I went because she's my mother. And I talked to the nurses, and every once in a while she'd try to speak, and I'd try to understand what she said. And I would nod, and I'd smile.
How I look at it? With my mom, I look at it as my mom and now my stepmom, because she's just not the same person. So I think you have to separate them and look at it that way. You have to say she was your mom. Yeah, she's kind of like your stepmom, because
I was fortunate. I did that. I did that in my own mind. I said my prayers for her. I said my prayers while she's living every day. But I asked the Lord, take her. If you're going to leave her here like that, take her. Yeah, and when she passed away, the phone rang at just before midnight on a Friday night. And it was the same day that Princess Diana was killed.
Oh, wow.
And it was almost midnight and the phone rang. And I had already fell asleep. I watched the news about Diana and then fell asleep. And I was really sad. And my wife come into the room, and I said, my mom died. And she said, yeah. And I was dreaming about that God took her on the same day as Diana.
Wow.
And ironically, within an hour or two, and ironically, she was a Diana fan. So that was a kind of a weird thing in my life.
Yeah, that's that is so sad. To see somebody go down. That's like my mom when she passed. She was had a bunch of things wrong with her, and she was going down all at once. She was 84, I think, or 85, and when she passed.
Yeah, she got a good run. My mom got it really early. I'm older than my mother was when she passed. And she didn't live a full life. She didn't get her full run. My dad did. My dad lived to 87. My dad said to me when he was 86, he said, well, son, he goes, I wanted to go about a year ago. They had another operation they wanted to do. And I said, "Are you going to do that?" And he said, "Well, son, I kind of wanted to go about a year ago. I don't feel like living no more." And he said to me, "I had a good run." And I said, "Good for you, Pops." You know, and we helped him. He only had to go into a home for 1 year. He died
Wow.
within a year. And I was there every other day at least. I was driving from near Toronto to Tillsonburg, long commutes, long hours. I was a business guy. But I cut many afternoon early for him. And we'd go and we did some things while he was old. You know, I got a motor home and I took him out to the beach, and we'd have fish at his favorite fish place every weekend.
Oh, that's
And
good.
yeah, he
That's
had a good run. Yeah, he was easier. It was easier with Dad because, you know, at least he lived a good life, and
Right.
he knew it, you know.
See, my dad was 88 when he died,
Yeah.
and he was very functional, and he didn't have to have anybody looking after him or anything. I'm sitting here watching 79. She's making me laugh.
Tell her to come up. We want to see her. We want to see her. I think she's cute. I want to challenge her and find out. She talks like she's cute.
She is. She is a very beautiful girl.
Is she? Good.
Now
Tell her to come up
she's
here.
laughing. Now
Good.
she's laughing.
Good.
Brunette.
I'm sorry, Barbara. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it happens. It's just life, you know. He died in 2014 or something like that. He was 88. He was a vet, and you know, he was
Good for him. And
Yep.
we got to fight for his pride, my dad's pride. He was a vet too.
Yep.
So was my grandfather. And we got to fight for their pride. These old men, they wouldn't like what we're seeing now. Now
Oh,
we're
they
the
get
old
old.
men.
My dad would be just, you know, my dad was he went in the military, and he was in a Big Red One and he went into Germany in 1944, I think is where he ended up or started there in Europe, and he occupied Germany after the war. But you never heard them. They never talked about. I never heard him talk to anybody about his escapades, at what he had to go through or anything like that. They never spoke about it. You know.
That's how we were raised back then.
Yeah.
Now men are, you know, you're not allowed to keep your feelings in anymore. I don't know if that's good or bad. Men tend to keep their feelings inside and keep their pain inside.
Yeah,
And I feel sorry for young men that I see that are trying to get ahead in this world, and now this inflation, they break my heart.
Yeah.
Because it's not as easy for them as it was for me and you, Rock, or Nickel. Like, we had better opportunities. We could afford a mortgage.
Yeah.
And these kids can't, and they break my heart. And then my son, he keeps his pain in. You know, how you do? I know he's having a hard time, but he won't say it to me. But that's how I raised him, for right or wrong.
Right.
That's how, you know, my dad raised me, and his grandfather raised him.
Yeah, he didn't get out of the military until 53, I think is when he got out, something like that.
They kept him in. He was doing a useful job.
Yep.
Vital.
All I'll say is my mom and my grandmother, his mom, all they would say is, he's a mean SOB. He's a mean SOB. He was pretty ruthless, but
yeah,
I guess
you got to find that balance. You can't be a nice guy all the time. You know, you got to kick some ass sometimes.
Yeah, he was quite.
And they saw stuff too in World War II that I don't blame them for not wanting to talk about it.
No, I've seen things.
The concentration camps, I would imagine that they saw those images all the time. Because
my grandfather was in one, so he knew firsthand. He got thrown into a Stalag when he was 22 years old. That was my grandfather. And they captured him. And he was fighting for the French resistance after the Belgium gave up. They gave in. And he went to fight for the French resistance. And they captured my grandfather. And he told me the stories, though. He wasn't like your typical war guy, because I asked him and he told me. We sat down, and I remember when I was 17, 18 years old. And I used to have a friend that was interested. He said, "Could we go talk to your papa?" Plus, my papa made good wine. And I said, "Well, let's go have wine with him." And we'd go sit on his back porch. And he would kick the chickens in the ass if they got in his way. He had dogs. And we'd sit in the porch and he'd say, "You guys," he goes, "don't drink too much, eh?" And I said, "Okay." And he was broken English. And he called us the son of a bitches. "You son of a bitches." I said, I'm not a bitch. My mama was married. My mama is married. He goes, "That's not your mama." He used to tell me that my mama wasn't my mama. I said, "Oh my God." But he was funny though. He was funny. And he told us the war stories anyway. I got to hear it firsthand and I'm glad I did. And it wasn't good. It was horrible.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine.
The Japanese too. The Japanese were worse because the things they did would make you puke.
Yeah.
I mean, they
They were
terrible.
very disciplined, Nickel. That was their thing. And the kamikaze commitment. And it was a philosophy that was taught to them right from the time they were children, that you don't only fight, you fight and give your life for your king.
Yep.
Okay. It's like old chivalry where you didn't just fight. You got when those knights got on their horse, they expected not to come home. And they expected, I am not coming home unless everyone's coming home. And that's how they fought. So the Nickel's right. They were ruthless.
Yeah, they were
ruthless.
They cut the heads off the pilots.
Yeah.
I see some chatter in the. How do you feel about the borders? I feel that they need to be shut down.
Crisis.
Yes, it is. It needs to be shut down. It's horrible.
Crisis, man.
It is horrible. It's just unbelievable about what's going on. Just.
I hear your truckers are heading there. They're going to pull a Canadian. I like that. They're going to do some honking.
They're supposed to leave Monday out of California here, and they drive through Texas all the way to Virginia, and then they're coming back and into Texas. So I think that's a great,
good.
Showing the solidarity there,
Solidarity, that's a key word. And people talking and getting, you can't hide that on the news.
No, you can't.
And then people, and all the people, if you find out they're coming through your town, do like they did here in Canada. Get up on the overpass and wave to your heroes. Yep. Wave your flag and tell them that you love them and support them.
Yep, exactly.
Send them a few bucks. In Canada here, they'd seize your bank account if you sent too much. I was careful how I gave.
I
split it up.
That is so communistic they're doing that. Did they get the money back?
No, a lot of them didn't. Man. Some did, and a lot of them didn't. We still got guys in jail, just like your Jan Sixers. We got guys in Alberta, in Coutts, Alberta, that are still in custody for nothing.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
That's just like the January 6th people.
Exactly. It's the same game. And these are Alberta boys from Coutts, Alberta. And they were guys that were truckers. They made up a big story that they had a bunch of guns. They were hunting rifles. Everyone thinks Canadians don't have guns. Well,
I do know they have.
A lot of them do. And especially if you live rural, if you live in the farm. And these were hunting rifles. And the guy had 4 or 5 rifles. Well, that's, if you got 4 guys and they each got 5 rifles, then they laid all 20 rifles out and said they had a weapons stash, a weapons cache.
Wow.
And they're still in jail.
Good.
There's people fighting for them though here. We've got lawyers that are going after, but they've already been in jail for what's it been, 3 years?
Yeah.
Almost 3 years, I think. Unbelievable.
Okay. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. 2 years, but way too long.
Okay. Yeah. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm already starting to get tired. My lungs are starting to, I'm not used to talking this much. So we're going to give away something different. We're going to give away a little gold bar and a silver bar. And I think we'll pick. You want to pick the number, Mr. Caitlin?
Yeah.
Come on, Caitlin, and pick a number between 1 and 30, and we'll pick the closest one that picks it, and just please pick one number. That way, we'll just all. But there is nearly 20 people in here, so will that give us some extra? Oh, Mark, I tell you, I have been just so bad. So it's been bad.
I fell on ice. I fell on ice once and fell straight back, right on my back. And it was after I got up, I think every bone in my back crackled. And after I got up, I never felt better in my life. It's like going to
you did an adjustment.
Yeah.
You did an adjustment. You straightened your spine. You should see a chiropractor once in a while. Rocky, you might want it too.
I did. I got one.
Okay. But that's what you did, Nickel. You decompressed your back and did yourself a favor.
All right, we're ready to go to this giveaway. Hang on here. You get your number there?
Yep. I started on my one. I wanted to dance. I felt so good.
There you go. All right,
good
Mark's
man.
There, Tom's there, Snakebite's there. Red light. Oh, I want to tell everybody I have some giveaways that I have not gotten in the mail. They fell off the side of my truck in between the car seat, my console, my truck. And I just found them here a couple of days ago out there wandering around truck going. So
I'll give them away next week.
So thank you on that. Yeah, 1 through 30. We'll see what you pick out there, Mrs. Catlin.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool though. So we'll have JM stop it after we get everybody in here. I think I don't see any more numbers coming up. So why don't we stop it there, JM? And get it stopped. There we go. There we got to stop. Number 1 through 30. Let's see what you picked out there, Mr. 16. All right, let's go back up here and look at 16. Oh, wow. We had Red Light with a 15. Lucky Star with a 15. Did Lucky see both of them? Well, Red Light was first. Let's see if we got anybody at pick 16. I don't remember seeing that. 79 picked 16 after.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Terry. And Barbara, I appreciate that. That's good. All right. The closest one I see is Red Light. So Red Light it is. Let me write that down. Boy, I haven't given away. This is the first.
You still doing your? Are you still taking the supplements?
I am.
Okay. Good man. Good man.
I won't stop doing that because
no.
I can tell if I stop taking them, it's gonna give me a issue, you know.
I got you hooked on something good for once in life.
Yes, you did. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see. Red Light. I'm gonna write this down because I'll forget it if I don't. Red Light.
I went on to Stinging Nettle for prostate, and I knew it would work. The doctor was all worried, and you need to have another test. Well, you know, any of you men that know what the test is, you're going to try to avoid that one.
I'm pretty sure.
So I got into the Stinging Nettle, and I take it every day now.
Is that right?
And
now,
within 4 days, Rocky, my flow is stronger than it was when I was 20.
Well, let me ask you about that. Is that something that if you took it beforehand, would it be a preventative?
Yeah, it's a preventative. And if you get up at night or you have a slow stream or you struggle to end, use it. Take Stinging Nettle for 4 or 5 days, and it's harmless. Test it once. Take 1 dose of it and wait and see. But I've never met anyone that had an ill effect from it. Every effect is good. You pee much more. I actually feel it. It makes me feel good because it's got so many antioxidants in it. It goes in it. D-mannose is, and I'll send this to you, Rocky. D-mannose
Okay.
and stinging nettle. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a cure for prostate.
I tell you what, I'll try it.
Yeah. And every guy over 60 has issues once in a while,
Yep.
you know.
So that sounds like a really good one.
And they're both harmless. One's
Hey, now,
one's
let
a
me
nettle.
ask you, do you have a concoction to make me better looking?
No, maybe a mask. Get a Joe Biden mask. I don't do about that. Oh, you're a handsome bugger. Come on.
I want to thank you both for get me excited. I just can't wait till I'm 60 now. That's what I'm saying.
You can take care of your skin though. Like it's not femme to take care of your skin. You should use a around your eyes and your crow's feet. I make a formula for that, and I'm not ashamed to say I use it because the skin on your eyes gets thinner as you age, and it makes you look like you got bags and dark circles. Well, that's just your blood showing through, and you can thicken that skin up by feeding it, and it works. And you should use it. You should put a good quality, and don't buy the stuff with all the paraffin and all the crap in. Get a natural.
Because I would get unnatural stuff, so that's why I'm kind of like, okay, and send me a link on those things or something like that. I'll order it.
If we didn't have that border there, I would send you some of my herbal remedies. I'd love to, but the border, when you start sending stuff like that, they'll seize it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
They'll think it's drugs or something nefarious instead of, we're trying to take care of our own health, and they want to step on that. They don't approve of that. No, you're supposed to go to the poison pumpers and follow their orders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I don't want. But yeah, do that, and we'll talk more about these. I wouldn't mind helping my crow's eyes, because
crow's eyes. Crow's eyes. Yeah, crow's feet. Yeah,
exactly. I call them crow's eyes because that's what they're turning into. But I wear glasses and safety glasses all the time out there. So, and I do squint a lot, because of the wind and stuff like that.
You know what I worked on for the last 2 weeks? I'm waiting on some blood tests, but I'm optimistic. I'm going to be all right. I think that they saw something they didn't like, but by the time I go back, I'm pretty sure, like before, they'll go, "Oh, we must have been wrong," and I'll just smile and leave.
Yep.
Like we're all going to die of something, but I'm not going to let cancer get me. No. I know too much. I know too many, and I can't say that C word, but I know too many things. And I'm not afraid to use them, and I'll use them in the correct dose, and I'll deal with it.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
That's this cream that I got. I'm going to maybe try to send one across the border. They might not stop that if I put it into a packaging of a cream, a known cream. They might not stop it. But I'd like to send you some of that because it works. Within a week or two, you see the crow's feet, they start to get less and less and less and less.
Wow, that would be good.
Because your skin is got antioxidants in it.
Right.
And when you start to feed your skin the vitamin E and the retinol and the different compounds, the different essential oils, it feeds it. And it's going, this is what we needed. And it soaks it up. And I got a secret formula, DMSO. DMSO, they don't allow it in some medicines today because it works too good. They put it in veterinary medicine. It's very pure. It's a byproduct from the pulp and paper industry.
Right.
And it causes, whenever you mix DMSO, a small percentage of it with anything, it soaks into the skin immediately. It goes pretty much right to the blood.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they use DMSO. The pain patches that they give people?
Uh-huh.
That's got DMSO in it. That's how they get it right into people's blood. So you have to make sure your skin's really clean before you use it. But I made an eye drop with only 0.03% pure DMSO. It's got castor oil, believe it or not, castor oil, fractionated coconut oil, all cold press organic, and 2 drops of fennel. And I use that in the corner of my eye. It will improve your eyesight. It will cure cataracts. It's for the eyes.
I'd love to get I have good eyesight. My eyesight, like wearing glasses. It'd be really nice if I could dump these glasses.
I dumped my glasses. I was wearing glasses when I was 40, and I'm almost 65, and I don't wear them anymore. Over the course of 7 years, I turned my eyesight back.
Wow.
My grandfather had cataracts, and I knew I was susceptible to them. So I feed my eyes, just like you got to feed your body vitamins and minerals and micronutrients. You got to feed your eyeballs.
Yep.
You got to take care of your feet, your nails, your skin, all of them.
Exactly.
Yep. I spend money on my truck, so I'm going to spend money on my body too.
Exactly. Well, you know what, guys? I'm kind of getting wore out here, and I'm having trouble up with everything. And I would like to say thank you for coming tonight. I will be back next week, and I have a really good one about banks next week that we're going to talk about. And I'll put some more into it, what's going on, and because they're sure not telling everybody about banks, and I'll definitely fill it in. And I wanted to do it this week, but I just I don't have the strength to do it. I'm already starting to drive down. So I want to say thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
Dale Val for coming up, and send me an email, Dale. We'll chat.
Yeah.
And Nickel, thank you so much for coming. And 79, Joe, Barbara, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Mark.
I couldn't see chat. Hello and goodbye, everybody in chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had a good chat in here. And Ida's here. Ida Herring. You should try Ida Herring. She's in Texas. And
Sterling's there.
Who?
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Sterling and her.
Oh, hi, Sterling.
Yeah.
How is it you see the chat? What am I doing wrong here?
Are you on a phone or a computer?
On a phone.
Oh, you can't hardly see the chat on phone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It won't hardly work.
I got to get my laptop replaced.
If you get up in the morning time and at 7:30 Central Time, which is that's Texas time, that's when Ida starts her show, and she's like 2 hours or something like that. And so you can come in there and visit her. Really good people, fun show, and Sterling's on there, and everybody, so everybody can see that. But I want to say thank everybody for coming. And
when I have my election show, I've already put it on my page that Sterling Cannabis is going to be my special guest. So,
I could be on there. I'll come in there. So,
yeah, I'll have people in and out talking about how the election's going.
Okay, Gold Chick, we'll see you. Thank you for coming in, and we will see y'all. And I'm going to stop this thing. And good night, everyone, and thank you for coming. And we'll end this stream now. Thank you. All right.
God bless everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Night, Nickel.
See ya.